It's all a matter of perspective, tied to time and place, love and friendship, life and death.
The end of yet another year. How are you guys holding up? Hopefully better than me. The last video of the year, guys. I mean, depending on the day you are watching this, it might not be the last one actually. If you are watching this on Friday, you can expect a live stream on New Year's Eve. I'm not gonna say 100%, but there is a very high possibility. However, if you are watching this on New Year's Eve, yeah, that means I chose to be a coward instead. That means I couldn't remain strong and retreated in defeat instead, like that Max Payne line. I was afraid to go on. Guys, I am trying. I am trying to arrange a guest for New Year's Eve, reaching out to some manosphere figures that you guys like. But I also understand that not everybody is a loner like me, sitting on their behind at home on a New Year's Eve. They are gonna be thinking like, dude, Rehab, I am not entering the new year trying to decipher your shitty accent. Fair is fair. Guys, I am trying to make it happen, but if you are watching this on New Year's Eve and not on Friday, that means I got sent my own way. I chose to be a coward. In that case, Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully in 2025 things will start to look up a little. But now let's get to the video. We are gonna talk about the case of Frank Tufano. He's a nutrition/lifestyle influencer on YouTube with 100,000 followers. He owns a meat shop, meat business. He does YouTube as a side hustle. I didn't know about him before. We are gonna talk about his story and what's been happening to him over the past year because it is brutal, guys. It really is. He recently made this video telling his story. Dr. Teben ruined my face forever. I looked further into his vlogs about his surgeries. It is sad. Sad, but also brutal story. Because if you go to the beginning of his surgery vlogs, it is a slow, gradual drift into depression from being happy and optimistic. All that happiness is gone. You can literally see the reality sinking in more and more with each video. There's something about it, man. At first he's like, oh, don't worry guys, this is just a small delay, according to the doctor. And you keep watching those vlogs. And a year later, he's like, my face is ruined forever. And this is also important because some people mistakenly accuse me of being against surgeries and hard looksmaxxing. Guys, I am not against hard looksmaxxing. It is just, you gotta tread very carefully when it comes to certain surgeries. And surgeries in general. Because a lot of plastic surgeons are not doctors, but simply merchants. We have so many examples. We have looksmaxxing channel. Not too long ago, a dude from France tried to get a beard transplant in Turkey by someone who turns out doesn't even have a medical license. And now we have Frank Tufano. And make no mistake, even if they have a medical license, even if they have graduated from the Harvard medicine, they are still not doctors. They are profiteers. Money first, anything and everything is secondary. So the story starts with our guy wanting to improve his eye area. After getting double jaw surgery and lip fillers, he decides to fix his eye area next, which is reasonable. I am not blaming him for it, because I do believe in trying to improve your looks. But there is the one thing I actually warn people about. Hard maxing can actually be a rabbit hole, because it's never enough, guys. It is never enough. Once you get a dopamine hit, once you see that improvement and see that difference, that hits different, bro. You keep wanting more and more and more. And some people, like Frank, they fly too close to the sun and end up in worse situations. It is tragic, really. But let's start the story from the beginning.
I don't know what the f this doctor did to me. He said I'm going to look like a freak for another few months, so before I start having too much of a conniption, I'll give it a few more weeks.
Bro, that's the thing, like, those doctors are not gonna say to your face, oh dude, we have fucked up, this wasn't supposed to happen. They will try to play it off like it is not a big deal. They will try to downplay their fuck up. Oh brother, just go back to your home country, this is normal, you will heal in a couple weeks. For some patients, it just takes a little bit longer. They are not gonna keep it real, bro.
Nice guy, talks really sweet. Procedure originally was like, he was around 30,000 for what he wanted to do, which is a lot of procedures. It's first is an orbital decompression where they take out some bone behind the eye to let the eyes get more deep set and further back. Second is an orbital rim implant down here for the shallowness. Third is lower eyelid lift a little bit, called lower eyelid retraction. And the fourth is the upper eyelid ptosis repair.
You know, on paper, this is not a very bad game plan, if I am honest. He wants that deep set hunter eye area, right? He doesn't have a great eye area. Or didn't have a great eye area. Now it is even worse. But his complaints were not unwarranted. He had protruded eyes. The orbital decompression is basically for that. Then upper eyelid exposure you can see. Poor orbital bone structure. Then he had scleral show. He mentions negative canthal tilt too. So on paper, yes, all those operations might seem like good ideas, but with orbital decompression, the risk is higher. You don't want to mess with your walking ability or your vision. All four in one session too, which increases the chances of a complication. But of course, the doctor doesn't care. For him, it is easier if he does all four in one and gets the money all together, rather than doing it one by one, spread out, where your victim can change his mind. It would also be more time consuming for the doctor. So-called doctor. He sees people as nothing but praise. In and out, in a day, 40k, thanks, boom. You go ask people like Sunil Richardson, hey doc, I wanna turn into a frog. I have a budget of 100k. You think you can do it? And he will say, oh brother, you are not gonna believe what I have just learned. They have invented a new procedure to turn humans into frogs, and it costs only 100k. That is what he will say.
I think there's another $8,000 added on to that, so whatever. My business credit card has a very high limit. That's the only way I was able to afford this, guys. I wanted to get myself a birthday present this year for going through so much.
Sadly, life had other plans for you, brother. It is just sad, man. He got the surgery at the end of last year, 2023, exactly a year ago. The original looksmaxxing operation. Sadly and unfortunately, sometimes things just don't work out. He had to get another 5-6 corrective surgeries since, and now looks worse than before. His eye area just looks unnatural. And I know there will be some idiots in the chat saying, oh dude, he looks better, what are you saying? No, he does not. Guys, listen carefully here, okay? The golden rule of looksmaxxing is to look natural. The entire point is to signal better genetic makeup. If people can sense that it is not natural and it is just fake, it is not going to be as impactful. And on top of that, you are going to come off as insecure. That is the last thing you want. Especially when you are insecure about something. Look at his eye area, guys. Look, it doesn't look natural at all. It is so obvious that something medical happened there.
And the main thing is that, and I can't blame the doctor. Doctor wasn't 100% transparent about how blind I was going to be. He was like, oh, by day two, well now it's...
This is like a few days after the operation. His doc was like, oh brother, you will be good in no time. Dude, docs will always downplay it to convince you to get the operation. Now it's been a year and you are still partially blind. What are you gonna do?
Like, okay, what do you mean? I'm not gonna be able to see until Thursday, so... I mean, I think the nurse was like $1,200 or $1,300 a night.
He's paying $1,300 a night just for the nurses. Man, this guy gotta be loaded. I mean, he didn't go to some shady sweatshop surgery room in the slums of Bangladesh. This is a Beverly Hills doctor we are talking about. A well-known one at that. Dr. Taban. Still botched. You gotta understand, when you mess with certain stuff like eyes, the complications will have more severe consequences.
I'm happy it's over with, we made it out here, surgery's done now, it's just another week or so and then we're back.
If only you knew, brother, if only you knew. Life is something else. One day you are at the top of things. You are an influencer. The next, you are going blind. It goes to show the brutality of life. How everything rests on a very delicate balance. And it also makes me remember that clip of crocodile swimming in a cocky way. He's like, I am literally a crocodile. I don't run. I make others run. Who can mock me in the water? And the next second, a jaguar falls on top of your noggin from the sky. All of a sudden, boom. And pulls you out of water. The biggest mogger is life itself. Nobody is unmuggable in life. Nobody. It also makes you remember that Max Payne line. How easy to lose it all in a second. No matter how hard and how long you spend trying to climb out, you can still fall back down in an instant. Life is on a fragile balance like that. Everything can be gone in a split second.
I was lying in bed last night thinking, Frank, what the fuck did you do? You're gonna look different for the rest of your life. Bit of an impulsive decision.
I think at this point, the reality started to sink in. Days pass by and he realizes like, wait a minute, I still cannot see. It's been days. I think at this point he started to feel something was off. You can see him second guessing his decision. A little bit too late though.
Same with like my double jaw surgery, like
I think he wanted to push his luck. Since he got his double jaw surgery, he didn't want to stop. Guys, that hits different when you get a successful hard looksmaxxing operation, because you can see the difference in field. Like the movies, people treating you differently. It is like a drug. Once you get a hit, you keep chasing the next. It is a gamble, honestly. That is why I say I am in favor of hard looksmaxxing, but you gotta do it very carefully. I do believe that though. I do believe that when it comes to improving your looks, soft looksmaxxing ain't gonna move the needle, bro. If you are not obese, if you are not really fat. And even for this guy, Frank, if he didn't fly too close to the sun, if he knew when to stop, when to leave good enough alone, he had a W with hard looksmaxxing. He got his double jaw surgery and lip fillers and looked definitely better, much better. He was just too ambitious and didn't know when to stop. Bro, you gotta know when to take a W. He had a W with hard looksmaxxing.
double wall orbital decompression, so he goes in behind the eye socket into the orbital area and he basically grinds out bone to let the eyes go back. So that was one procedure.
I mean, getting all 4 procedures in just one session, one surgery session, is definitely a choice. Probably that is what the doctor recommended him. But on the other hand, it increases the chances of a complication. The doctor probably wanted to get his money quick, you know. He didn't want to scare off his prey. If you do them one by one, spread out, it is going to take longer. And your victim can change his mind. You don't want to scare off your prey, guys. That is the mindset of the doctor. I feel like if Frank got the other 3, only other 3, and not the orbital decompression, he could still walk out with a W. What was the other 3? Ptosis repair, right, for the upper eyelid, 3D rim implants, and what was the other? Lower eyelid. If he got only those, he would still be in the positive. He was just too ambitious. That is why I say, guys, don't listen to those looksmaxxing influencers telling you, oh brother, anyone can become an 8 or a 9 with enough surgeries. I will give you a list of surgeries for $100.
This wasn't like an impulse thing, you know. I thought about it for almost 2 years and then scheduled the surgery. And I felt good about it, so I was like, whatever, you know. Either way, it's going to look better after than before.
Sadly and unfortunately, life had different plans. And now you have wasted so much money. You have wasted so much life energy. Had to get multiple corrective follow-up surgeries. And still not at 100%. What are you gonna do?
Frank, give us an eye update. Frank, give us an eye update. Frank, give us an eye update. My eyes are fucking crooked. What am I supposed to say?
And I've hurt myself.
We have a 5:45 a.m. check-in at New York Eye and Ear for a surgery to correct my cross eyes.
And then after surgery, after 3 months or so, he posted another video saying that he needs to get a corrective surgery. Cause now he has got cross eyes from the plastic surgery, original plastic surgery. He waits for it to go away. It doesn't, of course. His doc was like, oh brother, just go home, okay? It will heal with time. Don't worry about it. You take your flight and go home.
From what I looked up, if people get orbital decompression, there's a 15% chance of a misalignment. He was giving me statistics saying there's a 3% chance. Now, he never told me I would be cross-eyed. He told me I had a chance of double vision. He did not mention that I would also be cross-eyed, which, you know, might have deterred me from getting the surgery.
You should have looked it up before getting the surgery, actually. Of course he's gonna downplay it. Nobody wanna miss out on easy 40K, made in just 30 minutes.
It's very difficult to drive. It's, you know, it's confusing. It's hard to do, even just my day-to-day tasks. And I definitely don't like I don't make eye contact with people anymore because I know my eyes are fucked. I don't like making eye contact with people anymore.
No matter if you think his eye area looks better or not, I do not. But guys, just the fact that he can't look people in the eye is gonna be an SMV killer. in its own right. Just that alone. I am not even mentioning the functional problems he's having, which are gonna cause even bigger problems in his day-to-day life. But even the fact that he can't look people in the eye is gonna be an SMB killer. So he had to get cross-eye surgery. But you are gonna ask, does his woes end there? 3 months later, he makes another update video.
And then I had to go to New York Eye and Ear Infirmary, and I mean, probably the best hospital in the world as far as I know for eye and ear surgery, and get 2 corrective surgeries to have my eyes fixed. The week of March 21st. We had that again on the other eye. So I think it looks a lot better. Still got, a week or 2 of recovery here. He has seen patients have one eye, but he's never seen both as bad as mine. So maybe I had the worst case scenario.
Brother, trust and believe you are not the first guy. You are not. I actually can't believe how naive this guy is, and how much credit he was giving to Dr. Teban up until his very recent latest videos. He was putting so much faith in him. Oh, he told me so. He must have said it in a good will. Bro, these are private sector plastic surgeons. They are not even doctors. They are profiteers. They are hustlers. You just got hustled. Use your brain, bro. Of course he's gonna say, oh brother, 1 in a trillion case, zillion case. Never happened before. How could I have known? What else do you expect him to say? Oh, this is actually fairly common, but for some very weird reason, I forgot to mention it before the surgery. Do you expect him to say that?
And I figured, hey, if this works out, and all this looksmaxxing stuff is super famous, it should hypothetically make me go really viral. But they shadow ban me and censor me in every way they can. So, like, me on paper being probably I don't want to call myself a looksmaxxer because I think it's really stupid, and I got all of my procedures and was interested in any sort of cosmetic procedure before the looksmaxxing trend even existed. I got my double jaw surgery like 8-9 years ago now. This eye surgery, I scheduled it before looksmaxxing went viral, so I don't really like associating myself with that community. However, I think I'm the person who's had the most procedures from like a success perspective.
From a success perspective, please stop the cop. Dude, you just got a double jaw surgery and lip fillers. Oh, I got the most surgeries from a success perspective. These are rookie numbers. I'm not including the eye one because I don't consider it a success, but even if you do include those 3, that's still rookie numbers. I understand why he doesn't want to be associated with the looksmaxx group. I wouldn't either, those TikTok guys. But please, lookism and face ratings had already gone viral before the middle of 2022, which is when he started considering his eye surgery. And he only got it, the original one, the original surgery, in December 2023. Oh, I am the original looksmaxxer, I am the OG, I should be famous right now.
Who you think you are? You should be kissing my ass right now!
Like his whole shtick here, talking like he's some looksmaxx godfather, and we all should be kneeling down in front of him. Bro, these are rookie numbers. Brother, come. Come, let me take you out for a walk around this part of the town. Come meet my friends. Let me introduce you to my friend Curly Head James. Or my friend who got over 40 surgeries on his face since 2009. Spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. And still in this community. Oh, I am the OG. I don't want to call myself a looksmaxxer, but I have done the most surgeries. I should be famous right now. I am the OG. I should be going viral. Brother, let me tell you something, buddy. Being famous, going viral, ain't about how much looksmaxxing you have done. It's about how much mugging you have done. That's what it's all about. You are just a high-tier normie. You were that ass. You were a high-tier normie after your double jaw surgery and lip fillers, before you flew too close to the sun. But even then, even before this eye surgery, you were not the guy. You were not the guy to go viral and become famous. Only now, your videos started to get more attention, but not for the reasons you would like to. Just brutal stuff, man. No matter how you look at it, just brutal. Oh, I should be famous right now. I have done it before looksmaxxing wasn't even a thing. And then you flew too close to the sun. You didn't know when to stop, when to leave the good enough alone. Then, 4 months later, he makes another video titled, Eye Surgery Update, Not Good. In this one you can see he's slowly drifting into the negativity. The reality starts to sink in. His positive and optimistic attitude starts to fade away.
Didn't seem like there were any negative possibilities. Like I was like, oh, worst case scenario, I'll just kind of look the same. But I was misled. I was not told all the possibilities and outcomes of the surgery, and
How can you be this uninformed when you get 4 procedures done in just one session? It blows my mind how easily some people gamble with this surgery stuff. One of them including a more invasive procedure like orbital decompression. Just a simple 10-second Google search would have told you that cross-eyed situations do happen. Oh, the doctor didn't tell me anything. It seemed like at worst everything would stay the same. Everything would stay the same after 4 procedures. Bro, what are you saying? I mean, guys, this is yet another case of the Reaper coming back to collect, and collect brutally. He was gloating. Frank was gloating. Oh, I am not even a part of the looksmaxxing community. Well, maybe you should have. I know he said looksmaxxing and not necessarily the BP, but you can tell. He wasn't a part of this community either. If he watched my videos, he wouldn't even be in this situation.
I'm spending 7 hours in my car every other week driving to see doctors in New York. I've had 2 corrective surgeries since November, and it's still not fixed. I still don't look normal. I still look cross-eyed, and I'm still having vision issues. I still have double vision, and my vision literally goes blurry every second.
It is just sad, man. He flew too close to the sun. Sometimes in life, you gotta know when to stop, when to leave good enough alone. You got your double jaw surgery, you got your lip filler, you worked hard for that meat shop, meat business. It seems like he was doing good, business-wise. Guys, sometimes you need to take the W and not get too greedy. 4 procedures in one session, what were you thinking, bro?
My eyes being too close together, me still appearing to be cross-eyed. We went to another plastic surgeon in New York yesterday who said that they can go in and reverse it to some degree, but to me that seems like that's why we have this problem. That, like, to me, going in there and doing that crazy invasive procedure again, well, look what it did the first time. I think that's completely nuts and out of the question, but he said he could do it.
If I am him, I am not taking this risk again. Even if it is technically possible to reverse it to some degree, brother, you might legit go blind. Like fully blind. With every invasive eye surgery, the chances of complication increases.
I think the only real option here is maybe try to convince this strabismus doctor, hey, let's go in, let's move the eyes outward a little more. Let's see if that, because that seems to be the only thing that can fix the appearance at this point. You know, it's already been 9 months. I'm sick to my stomach dealing with this and thinking about it every day. And the idea that I still have to get at least like 2 or 3 more surgeries to just look normal and be somewhat happy with my appearance, I'm just so sick and disgusted. And to top it all off, now I'm having issues with my health insurance.
When it rains, it pours. One single bad decision in life can offset decades of hard work and good decisions. A chain of good decisions made for decades. All that hard work. All of that undone with a single bad decision. He got a little bit too zealous. Oh, I should be getting the roles of Brad Pitt. I was doing looksmaxxing, surgery maxing before it wasn't even a thing. And this is the situation you find yourself in. And then the most brutal part. His final videos. His final last 2 videos. The reality is there. Mr. Reaper is there completely. Frank decides to sue the doctor. I also feel like he's trying to make a buck here, make a profit out of the situation and get the bag, which I wouldn't even blame him for. I mean, his eye area is messed up. Might as well get the bag, right?
That's the big thing. Like, instead of helping me and recognizing what he did to me and getting the best surgeon on speed dial and paying to have my eyes fixed, I'm like left to fend for myself. The situation I'm in is currently, like, it's so disgusting. He basically messed up my face and left me to fend for myself.
Welcome to the cold, cruel life, man. I really do hope he wins the lawsuit and gets the bag. He deserves it after so many corrective eye surgeries. Cause that cross-eye surgery is no joke. With each cross-eye surgery, the next one you get, chances of success decreases significantly. And he's correct. It is categorized as disfigurement.
What really upset me was that after the surgery, when I was clearly cross-eyed and disfigured and looked horrible, Dr. Taban attempted to gaslight me and lied to me that my eyes were fine and my vision was good.
Dr. Taban sounds like the American version of Sunil Richardson, really.
But the medical literature cites 10% or 17% risk. 1 in 5. He also failed to mention that the double vision, this is the important one, he failed to mention that the double vision comes with being completely fucking cross-eyed and disfigured to the point that any aesthetic benefit of the surgery would be negated. If he was honest and told me there's a 1 in 5, a 20% chance you're going to be a cross-eyed fucking freak show, I wouldn't be here making this video because I wouldn't have gotten the surgery.
I mean, just brutal, man. He got orbital decompression for bug eye situation. I know what he's trying to do. He's like, I got my eyes messed up. At least let me get the bag. But honestly, I don't know, man. You should have done your research, brother. I am not sure if this is all on the doctor. Even though I don't doubt that this guy, Dr. Taban, is not the most moral person, to put it politely.
And this is why I was shocked that I couldn't find, none of these California lawyers took the case yet. This specific procedure of orbital decompression is not performed by any other surgeon in a cosmetic application because it is deemed as too risky by any sane doctor. If you look at a list of you could Google oculoplastic surgeon. You can look at a list of the procedures they perform and have on their website. You could look at every single oculoplastic surgeon that exists. He's the only guy doing this crazy surgery. He's the only one.
And that is why you can't even trust only one doctor. It is often said that seek professional opinion, but in this industry, when money is involved, even the professional opinions can lead you astray. What do you do when your surgeon is a merchant first and doctor second?
Still cross-eyed appearance, permanent blurry vision with double vision at a distance, and I have frequent pain behind my eyes, similar to a headache. I get nerve pain near the cheek implant. I can't close my eyes to sleep anymore. I have to put a rag over my eyes. I mean...
Just unfortunate tough scenes, man. You wanna look better, you wanna hard looks max, and end up like this.
The worst case scenario, when I was looking at getting this cosmetic surgery in my head was, okay, even if he messes it up, maybe I only have to get 1 or 2 revision surgeries and that's that. I was not educated on what could go wrong.
I love how he says it like it is some elbow surgery he's talking about. It is your eyes. You are getting the revision on, brother. But, you know, at least he admitted messing up.
That Dr. Taban has done to me, at this point, from what I can tell, there is no fixing it. We're 9 procedures in just to restore my vision to some degree and to look somewhat normal. There's no reversal of this. The reason I had this surgery was because I thought it would cheer me up. You know, who doesn't want to look better?
That is fair. He did have a bad eye area before.
So this guy horrifically botched me at the hypothetical peak of his career. You know, it's just insanity across the board. From the fact that he probably shouldn't have operated on me in the first place, he probably chose the wrong procedures to perform, and then he made surgical errors in every single one of the 4 procedures that he performed. None of them were done symmetrically. And he's the best eye doctor in the world.
This is yet another moral of this story, guys. Okay, we talk about not going to the shady doctors like Sunil Richardson in some uncharted jungles of Nicaragua or Bangladesh, because those doctors are gonna say anything, will agree to anything. But even if you go choose a very high-end, expensive doctor, risks are risks.
After I put up that first video, he tried playing the victim, saying he's being harassed and, oh, I could give you... I'll read the email in a second. And what's funny is that was the first time he reached out to me concerned.
Cause that was the first time you hit him. Hit him in a part where he cares about, his wallet. Once you put up that video 3 months ago, botched by Dr. Taban, only then he reached out to you. Cause for the first time you went for something he cares about, his money.
Until his reputation was being compromised. Any other interaction with this doctor, post-surgery, I had to initiate it myself. I have a family, and your video has caused numerous online attacks and threats against me. This is wrong, and it needs to be stopped. I know you're a good man and just going through tough times. I'm truly sorry you're not happy.
I really believed I was helping you with the complex surgery and still want to help you. Please reach out to me so we can both move forward positively. I can consider a refund too. Please let me know.
This is comedy, bro. Guys, in this day and age, you wanna mess with somebody, you gotta go after his money. Simple. In these times we are living in, people's moral compass, the only thing they care about has become money. It is sad, man. Teban had a young patient. Not even really a patient, let's be real here. In his eyes, in Dr. Teban's eyes, a client, a prey. The dude clearly struggled because of a botched operation. Your botch. And what did you do? What did Dr. Teban do? He fluffed him off at every turn, at every step of the way. Until Frank made that video. Now all of a sudden, oh, I am getting harassed. This is not right. I can offer you a refund too. You see that, guys? Now that his business and his reputation is at stake, now he's offering a refund. Just pitiful, man. What do you even say to this? This is just a sad excuse of a doctor. Doctor or merchant, you'll be the judge. This is the world we are living in. People say follow the money. Oh, you gotta follow the money. I am not saying money is not important. It is very important, unfortunately. But you keep following the money without any guidance, ignoring the reaper, sooner or later things have a way of catching up to you.
Your past has a way of sneaking up on you. You'll hear broken echoes of it everywhere, like a bad replay. You get mad at everybody for reminding you about it.
This guy will not stop gaslighting me in attempts to save his reputation from start to finish. Like I can't look in a mirror. Like I don't see my face every day. Hey doc, if my results look so good, you wouldn't mind if I hand out some flyers of my face in front of your building? This is the same flyer on botchedbytabon.com. My eyes look so good, you wouldn't mind, right? Because the only thing he cares about is making money. And I did all the research that I ever could have done before this surgery. But because of this guy's pure malicious intents to make as much money as he can, the information was not available in any public forum.
Okay, now, hold on. Are we not being completely honest here, Mr. Frank? Because in the post-surgery vlog, you were saying how you hadn't looked up before and took his word for it. Come on now. I am starting to get the feeling that Frank is only interested in getting a big paycheck from Dr. Teban to close his website and remove all the videos. Give me 5 million and I'm gonna take down all the videos. I'm gonna take down the website. And you can keep botching people. You go do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. The question is, how many people in his place would reject that offer? Would you? Imagine you are already messed up, right? You look like a video game character because of Dr. Teban, and now you have the opportunity. You can either just pocket 5-10 million and be set for the rest of your life, or fight till the bitter end. Only to save some ungrateful people who won't even know your name. Or even if they did, they won't care about you. The vast majority of people, well over 95%, maybe even over 99%, would take the money. Which is why we are living in the world we are living in. It is easy to say no, I wouldn't, when you know you ain't got the opportunity anyway. But when you are already messed up, would you want to turn down that big of a money so that some other people can look better than you? People who won't even know or appreciate you. You won't even get a thanks. What would you do in Frank's situation? The doc, Teban, comes to you, right? Hey brother, take down the website, the videos and everything. You are gonna sign this NDA and I am gonna wire you 5 million. And then we are straight. You sign the NDA, I sign the check. Guys, wouldn't you take it? Imagine not having to work and not worrying about another cent in your life.
And a $40,000 refund for ruining my face for the rest of my life? You might have to add about 3 zeros to that to get started. This guy's made $100 million and he's ruined my face for the rest of my life because he wanted to upcharge me $8,000 for the day of the surgery. A lot of you guys told me to pray to God to fix my eyes, but the only thing he's done is tell me to make sure this doctor doesn't do this to anyone else. And this is way bigger than me, guys. You know, this is the only hope that hundreds and hundreds of people who were botched by this guy have ever seen.
Like in this video, Frank talks a big game, tells a sob story about other people, other poor people who just don't have the means to put up a fight. Oh, I am doing this for them. I am fighting for them. The hero, right? Frank, let me tell you something, buddy. This ain't no place for no hero. If Dr. Taban writes you a check, a handsome check, that's that. Human nature, guys. That is what the BP is all about. That is exactly why people like Dr. Taban will keep tabanning. Don't be a free agent in life.